If you like Acer japonicums, raise your hand. All right, we're all tree geeks here. Today we're talking about one of our favorite trees, Acer japonicum Takenogawa.
Welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. I'm Tim, it's my brother Matt, and we do MrMaple.com, a mail order business out of Western North Carolina, a small family business where we ship over 1,000 different varieties of Japanese maples that we produce at Mr. Maple directly to your door.
Today we're going to be talking about Acer japonicum Takenogawa. Now, japonicums are some of the most popular Japanese maples that we do here at our nursery. They really have that essence of Japan. They almost look tropical. They have the larger overall foliage. They're in the same family as Acer palmatum, so they graft right onto that Acer palmatum understock, but they look something almost otherworldly, especially when they get into that fall color. That can be quite amazing.
Acer japonicum Takenogawa has a very rounded leaf. You see why Acer japonicum is often referred to as a full moon Japanese maple. And that's because the leaf on a lot of the japonicums are more rounded. Well, Takenogawa has one of the most rounded leaves of any of the Acer japonicum selections. So it really displays that to its fullest effect. And Acer japonicums are some of our favorite Japanese maples. They just look so almost tropical in their nature, and they really give such an essence of Japan, because when you're in Japan and you see these things out in the wild, it really just, it's truly amazing.
Now, we describe this one as a larger leaf tree because it's much larger than many of the other Japanese maples. Now, the leaves are not going to be as big as, say, Emmett's pumpkin or Vitifolium. It's kind of in that mid-size between Maikujaku and Vitifolium, but it has that very rounded appearance to it, like Tim was saying. This one is a selection of a Japanese maple, but one of the things I like most about it is it reminds me of the wild Acer japonicums that I saw when hiking in the mountains in Japan. And it reminds me of that. It has that same cupped kind of look to it, and it just brings that essence of Japanese mountains to me. I love that about it. And oftentimes when you're seeing mountain ranges or photos of Japan that have that amazing colors, they're definitely the Acer japonicums that are lighting that up. So this tree is going to leaf out in the early spring, a bright, lush green. We're actually here in mid-June shooting this tree here in my garden in Zone 6B in Western North Carolina. So we actually have this one in a good bit of sun in Western North Carolina. Most areas, if you can give this one some late day shade, the foliage is going to get even a little bit bigger for you.
Yeah, and by giving it a little bit of that little bit late day shade, they'll really get some larger size to the leaves on the Acer japonicum types. And that's one of those things that just really make this tree show off even more, is these larger leaves. The leaves are a little bit thicker if you feel them. They're almost leather-like. The branching will often be a little bit thicker as well. And the Acer japonicum Takenogawa is one of the ones we really love of the Acer japonicum selections here at Mr. Maple.
Hey, this one's going to have that early spring green like I was saying, more of a Kelly green midsummer. One of the most prominent features about the Acer japonicums is that red tassel flower. So these are going to have a red tassel flower to them in the early spring, but forget all that, because the season when you're going to get all your cameras out and go nuts over this thing is the fall. In the fall, this one's typically a very bold orange for us, but it's not uncommon for it to be orange, red, and yellow. It goes through some amazing color changes. I love it because it typically gets a really nice bold orange here in the landscape here at my place, but with japonicums, you get the full spectrum of fall colors, even on one tree.
And being they have a thicker leaf, sometimes that'll translate as even longer in fall color. So you get a consistent fall color, especially when you have a specimen out in the landscape, but a fall color that lasts for a longer period of time than other Japanese maples. The japonicums are amazing. We can't get enough of japonicums, and Acer japonicum Takenogawa is no exception.
Hey, my daughter Carolina, she just finished preschool this year, but they had to bring some leaves to school day, and I think this one got more comments than anything. Of course, I was the right dad to ask to bring some different leaves to school with over 1,000 varieties of Japanese maples. So we had our nice little assortment there. I think they actually, this was probably back at Thanksgiving, I think they actually built different turkeys out of our Japanese maple leaves, so I'll have to look for that. But Takenogawa became the base of all the turkeys. It was probably everybody's favorite leaf just for that big round shape to it, and by far the most popular leaf in the bring a leaf to school. So if that counts for anything, your kids are going to love this when they say, hey, bring a cool leaf. It's just got a fun shape to it. It's really unique. I love that large roundedness to it. But this is just the beginning of the discussion on Takenogawa. If you'd like to talk more about this tree, do it in the comment section below. That's where we continue those conversations, and we love that interaction with you guys.
We've got a great community there in the on our YouTube channel in the comment section. Definitely get involved there. If you want to post photos, go to the Mr. Maple Friends group on Facebook. It's a great way to get involved and share a lot of your photos of your Japanese maples and the trees that you may have gotten from Mr. Maple.
Hey, I went to a Dolly Parton thing recently, and she said to exit through the gift shop, so I'll tell everybody to make sure to exit through the gift shop and check out MrMaple.com when the video is over. We greatly appreciate your support. God bless.
And have a great day.